Welcome, everyone. So you will remember the last few classes, we talked a little bit about independent clauses versus dependent clauses, and we did some practice with compound and complex sentences. Now that we've mastered that, we are going to talk a little bit about comma usage, specifically in formal writing. So before we get started, I want you to notice a few things about how commas are used in formal writing. On your student document, you will see this paragraph. Either with a partner or independently, I would like you to read through this paragraph and circle any commas that you see. After you've read through, look to see where the commas appear and write down a few notes about what you notice about where they appear, as well as what might be the purpose of using commas in this way. Go ahead and do that, pause the video, and then come on back. Okay. Now that we have our commas circled, we see them here. I'm looking forward to seeing what you thought about that. But I want to specifically focus on two of the sentences. You'll see they look very similar and they sound very similar. So the first one is when red grapes arrive at the winery, they are destemmed and crushed. And the second one reads, once the grapes are destemmed and crushed, the liquid is pumped into a fermentation container. So you should have noticed that both have commas that appear kind of in the middle of the sentence, and both have what we call subordinating conjunctions at the start of a sentence. So in case you didn't notice, both of these sentences have what we call an introductory element, an element or a clause that introduces the sentence. So our main clause is right here. They are destemmed and crushed. And our introductory element is the first part. So when red grapes arrive at the winery. You'll notice that this can't stand on its own alone. It's not a complete sentence. So it needs to attach to the main clause. And the way we attach both thoughts is with the comma. So we need that comma to attach our independent main clause to the introductory element to form a complete sentence. You might be wondering, how do we know when it's an introductory element? One good thing to notice is these subordinating conjunctions. So our acronym for it is AWOBIS. These are just the most common ones that you can jot down in your notes. There are many more, but if you ever see after, when, although, because, since, this often means that there's an introductory element and that you're going to need a comma after that clause. So let's practice a little bit. In this sentence, let's notice where the introductory element is. So if there was an Olympic event for talking, Shelley Stalls would sweep the event. Go ahead and underline the introductory element. If you underline this, you are correct. If there was an Olympic event for talking is our introductory element. We have the subordinating conjunction if, and we know it can't stand on its own alone. So we need that comma to connect it to the main clause of the sentence. Go ahead and fill in the blanks of this sentence. If there was an Olympic event for blank, blank would sweep the event. Be as creative as you want, and we will share our examples next class. Go ahead and pause to practice using this sentence construction. Okay, now that we've done that, we are going to practice with one more activity. I would like you to unscramble these sentences. So I've included 6 sentence clauses. Some are dependent, some are independent, like we talked about last class, and 3 commas. So your task is to create 3 sentences based off the boxes that I have here that are complete and contain an introductory element connected to a main clause. And you're going to use a comma to connect the two. So remember that each box will only be used once, and you're going to create 3 sentences on your student document. Once you are done with that, you're going to write your own sentence about whatever you'd like that follows the same sentence structure. You'll then turn it in next class and we can check your work. Let us know if you have any questions. Bye.